Toledo, Ohio. I'm the current president of the Society for Vascular Nursing. And on tonight, we're going to have a lot of our leaders and a lot of people to kind of share with you what we're doing. This is the first time that we have done a mid-year town hall. So we're really glad and excited that you're here. We're hoping that we can have some engagement and some questions. The goal of this evening is to primarily just share kind of where we're at mid-year. We oftentimes do this at our annual conference, but we thought it would be good to give an update and offer some opportunity for questions before that. You change the slide. So some of the things that we've accomplished already this year, we did host a successful annual conference last year in June in Chicago, Illinois. We had great attendance, a lot of engagement, a ton of fun, and got a lot of great ideas out of just networking, talking with people at that conference. So we kind of took that momentum from the conference. From there, we opened an SVN branded merchandise store, which we are really excited about. So if you go on our website, you can see that store. There's a lot of great SVN swag. There's quarter zips and sweatshirts, all kinds of cool things. At the conference, we had given out some stickers that were wildly famous. So I do encourage you to go to our website and look at the new merch store. We also were successful in launching the 3rd edition of the Scope and Standards, which was announced at the conference in June. Another really exciting accomplishment that hopefully will help people within the field learn. We celebrated Vascular Nurses Week that first or second week of September, which was a wonderfully successful campaign. We've hosted a number of virtual roundtables already this year. We've done some in conjunction with the American Heart Association PAD Collaborative, as well as the Association for the Advancement of Wound Care. And we're hoping to keep those webinars going throughout 2025. We did just open our 2025 annual conference abstract site, so we're excited about that. I would say anybody who has any interest or a particular topic that they would like to share, even if you're not an experienced writer or lecturer, we do have a lot of people who are willing to mentor and help. So please reach out. We'll talk more about that tonight, but our annual conference abstract site is open. Abstracts are due January 3rd. And then we also had a really big accomplishment last year. And at the conference, you may have seen the wonderful diagrams that our immediate past president, Kristen Alex, worked on. We have some wonderful anatomic diagrams that correlate to the different conditions that we treat. We were able to take those branded diagrams and we are sharing them with many institutions across the country who are able to then add their logos and be able to share those at their own institutions. So this is just kind of a highlight of what we're kind of looking at and what we've accomplished so far. I'm really excited to have some of my colleagues on the call tonight. We're going to go through some of our committees and kind of where we stand as an organization. We will stop a couple times throughout this so that if you have any questions, please feel free to speak up. Don't be shy. We want this to be engaging and definitely inclusive. So welcome everybody. We hope you get some good information out of tonight, and we hope to hear more from you after tonight.
Hi, good evening. My name is Joanna Bronson. I am one of the staff liaisons, and I'm here to present the treasury report on behalf of Karen Hanrahan. As far as SVN financials, they continue to remain very healthy with the organization. As you can see with the SVN revenue, more than half of the revenue comes from the annual conference, which includes registrations and industry support and sponsorships. And then the remaining revenue comes from, of course, membership dues, the journal, and education. And as far as expenses, the majority of our expenses come from the annual conference, and then the remaining come from governance and journal expense. The SVN has a balanced budget. The revenue and expenses to date are completely matched. So we will continue to provide updates to the membership twice a year, but we're proud to see the organization continue to grow.
All right, hi everyone, I'm Mo. I'm another staff liaison with SVN. Joanna and I help kind of manage our membership from the admin side. So SVN currently has 330 members in our community, which has been kind of a growth over the past couple of years. So we're excited about that. And our membership is made up of 40% about advanced practice and 60% RNs. So we have a good kind of balance. One membership initiative that we launched in the past couple of years is a gift of membership campaign during Vascular Nurses Week, which has been really successful. So this past year, we saw 17 new and renewed SVN members who were sponsored by SVS surgeons. And then another thing we're trying to continue to do is grow our member mentor match program for members who are wanting to be mentors or mentees. And then just you can see kind of here some of the top member benefits that folks have named. Clinician and patient resources, which include our diagrams, the Journal of Vascular Nursing, which Eileen and Diane will talk a little bit about more. Of course, the discounts on the annual conference is a nice member benefit. We also recently launched the dual membership with SVS. So all SVN members automatically get a membership with the Society for Vascular Surgery. And then we'll talk more about our virtual roundtables as well. So yeah, if you ever have any questions about your membership or your benefits or renewing, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and we are happy to assist you. So Eileen, I'm going to turn it over
good
to you.
evening. Hi, it's Diane Tree Jacobson and myself who are going to present this. So we're pleased to be able to be serving as co-editors for the Journal of Vascular Nursing. So we wanted to just highlight a few of the bullet points and then just share with you one of the current projects. So you can see we have several bullet points. I'm sure you can read them, but just to recap, at the convention in 2024, we did have a presentation on AI related to publications specifically, and then some other background data on AI. We also had a session during the breakouts to meet with attendees if they chose to stop by, and had some good traffic with that. Not a lot, but at least some. We've also engaged in quarterly meetings with I'm sorry, we've met the quarterly expectations. I just want to go in line here to meet our needs for publications. So those have been occurring on schedule. We also meet with the publisher, and I know the board is aware of that. For those of you who aren't board members tonight, it is about every 6 weeks that we meet with the publisher for at least an hour and review significant ideas and changes we'd like to make and keep on track. So that's that wraps up a little bit of that piece. The other individuals we meet with would be the board of trustees. All of you as SVN, we've done that monthly, and then the time frame has since changed. Diane, are you okay if I continue on? Because I know you have another report.
Absolutely.
Too. Oh, great. So the other things Diane and I wanted to mention that we've also we've talked with the board of trustees, of course, all of you, to designate the society pages that are in the latter half of the journal. So those have been altered somewhat. We've also revised the author guidelines for submissions. So you'll recall that they relate to the types of articles that we accept, whether they're research, evidence-based practice projects, case studies, et cetera. Those will be changing on the website as well, besides being the print edition. We've had a meeting with the editorial board members and reviewers. We've individually helped many reviewers with queries that they've had about specific content and tried to help them be better reviewers. We've also updated the editorial board board member lists. There's one online. There's one online in the SVN in the editorial management. So we're going to have another update on that as well to link people and make sure we have their correct emails. We've also initiated a call for reviewers. We need to develop a second one. And also of significance this year, we've developed a special edition. So we've had quite a few articles dedicated to wounds, and we have Dr. Susan Monero from Australia being the lead editor with that special edition. She's the guest editor. We're currently working on the 2024 Writing Awards so that you'll be able to announce that too. Those are just a few of the highlights. We might have missed some things, but I wondered if anybody had questions while we pause for a minute. Sorry for the scratchy voice. Anybody have questions so far? No? Great. Well, apologies too, because I do have to go to another event, so I might be leaving early, but I know Diane will be here too. And if questions arise, just email both of us. We're happy to help in any way. So seeing no questions, Mo, do you want to take the lead again, or Joanna?
Trying to figure out how to unmute. Sorry, my name is Sarah Rosenberger, and Kristen, Alex, and I are co-chairs of the Education Committee. We meet monthly, and we are SBN members who are focused on nursing and patient education. So some of the things that we have been working on, re-energizing and updating some basic training education for new to vascular nurses across a wide range of topics. And thanks to an educational grant from 3M, we're going to have some beautiful enduring products that hopefully will be a resource for patients or for our nursing colleagues as they enter vascular and get them engaged and onboarded, to our standard. Secondly, as was talked about at the top of the hour, Kristen was instrumental in getting the vascular anatomy diagrams. There's now several of them, and I will show them in a moment, available for free for use with SVN, but also if your organization wants to purchase them to be branded to your location specifically. We're piloting an SVN member speakers bureau. Thanks to all these collaborative engagements that we have with other societies, we're being sought out to find speakers that can represent SVN and speak as vascular nursing experts in local and regional and national venues. And so we're trying to create a central hub where we can make sure that we can put the best face forward for these speaker opportunities, and also give our membership opportunities to advance their career and their speaking opportunities. We have continued what they did last year and continued a schedule of live education with virtual roundtables. Some of those are industry sponsored, some of them offer CEs, and these are available for free to watch or else to catch up on after the fact. Society for Vascular Surgery is working on updating their patient education and really focusing to brand that the society be the place where patients go to get reliable information on the internet about vascular disease. And so we are partnering with SVS's Education Committee to make sure that what we tell our patients every day is getting into the content and the flow of what SVS is putting out there as a resource for patients. If you can jump to the next slide. So these are the members of our committee. We are small but mighty, but happy to have anybody else who's interested in education or wants to dip their feet in this get involved with us. You can reach out to either myself or Kristen, and we can kind of loop you in and get you onboarded and into one of our many projects that you like to do. And then one more slide just to highlight Kristen's great work on these diagrams. So these are the newest diagrams that are now available, so you can share these with your patients and help explain their anatomy. It's really fantastic. So if you haven't checked that out, it's available on the SBN website.
We'll be getting these new ones on the website probably in the next week. I just wanted to add that. But we have pararenal, juxtarenal, infrarenal, aorta, and also a new vein diagram, which I myself am super excited to use. Thanks, Sarah, for the recap.
All right, can everyone hear me? Perfect. That was a tough one to follow up on. Awesome slides and incredible forward movement with the Education Committee. Awesome job, everybody. Collaboration Committee report. So in a nutshell, what does that mean? I have to give kudos. Karen Bauer, our current president, developed the Collaboration Committee. Thank you. And since she launched this committee last year, we currently have 16 collaborations and counting. And what do those look like? They can look very different. So to Sarah's point, we have roundtables and we collaborate with other societies to give high value topics and updates in vascular disease. And it's so important to collaborate with similar societies to kind of be on the front edge of, say, legislative changes and making sure that we're taking the best care of our patients from a nursing perspective. So a lot to be proud of here. These are a couple pictures from 2 conferences we attended this year and are in collaboration with, meaning we have a booth at their conference and we speak at their conference. So on the left is the conference DEF CON, and Karen can share a little bit more about that. It's a wound-specific conference, limb preservation conference, and they have built a lot of relationships through that collaboration. On the right, Viva is a arterial and a venous conference in Las Vegas every year. And there's a separate breakout specific for the vascular care team, which involves nurses, APPs, and techs. And we not only get asked to speak yearly, but we also have a booth at the conference to kind of share our society and membership and what we have to offer. And on the next slide is a list of all of our collaborations, 16 and counting. Here is obviously an overview of all of those and spell them out. And I'm not going to go through them or else we'll all fall asleep. But if you all have questions or societies to add, please loop me in. I know Diane's on here. We're working with Society of Vascular Medicine right now to kind of do a collaboration for a roundtable next year. So that's one of our potentials. But we look forward to continuing this committee and advancing it and growing in these collaborations. So thank you all. Oh, and I have one more slide. Thank you, Mo and Joanna, for developing these slides for me. The reasons for the collaboration to kind of hit on this conference engagement and collaboration there, laws and legislative changes for our vascular patients, such as compression use in the setting of venous disease or lymphedema, roundtable sponsorship, which I already commented on, and then, of course, marketing of SVN and social media content sharing. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you everyone for coming on to share tonight. We wanted to just take a pause. We know that we just kind of threw a lot at you. Does anyone have any questions or comments, ideas, anything strike you specifically with regard to what you've heard so far? Also, if you're not comfortable or don't want to speak up, that's absolutely fine. If you do have any other questions or comments or would like any more information, please feel free to use the chat. And then we can go back and make sure that we follow on anything that you have to say entered via the chat. All right, and with that, we will move on.
Okay, I guess that's me. So the Practice and Research Committee is active and seeking new members and input. We write the quarterly research column, which is usually a review of a research study that's already been published, and that gets published in JVN. We also write clinical columns as we are able. It's been a little bit more challenging to get those. So what I would say to those of you who are active clinically, if you have a great clinical case that you would like to see summarized and published in JVN, reach out to me or the committee or join one of our meetings and talk about how those can be developed. Those are not submitted through the regular JVN system, but they're vetted by the committee and edited, and there's a lot of help with writing and putting them together. So if you're brand new, you can partner with one of the other members who has a little more writing experience to be able to do that. We We also will select a topic and write systematic reviews that can be submitted to JVN for peer review and publication. In the past, we've updated the clinical practice guidelines. So again, we haven't done that for a number of years. If people have interest in thinking that of current clinical practice guidelines that we've done before that need to be updated, again, please bring these ideas forward to us and join our committee or contribute as an author. We welcome all of you. We meet monthly on the second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Eastern. These are our members. And again, like I say, new members are welcome, and novice writers are able to pair with more experienced writers to work on clinical or research columns, or if we're writing a paper, it gives you a chance to be an author and experience that. So I want to thank all of the great members and the work that people have done, and appreciate any interested individuals to join our committee.
All right, so next we will go through, we're planning an awesome conference in 2025, kind of building off the momentum for 2024. Susanna Fitzpatrick, who is the co-chair along with Chris Owen for this committee, may not be on yet. Mo, can you share or start to share a little bit about the awesome things you guys are doing for 2025?
Yeah, sure. So as Karen mentioned, the co-chairs of this year's conference are Chris Owen and Susanna Fitzpatrick. This is kind of the timeline. Right now, we have our call for abstracts open for the conference. So that's open through the first week of January. So we definitely are encouraging all members and your colleagues, please share, spread the word. We are trying to get all of our abstracts in so we can really put together another great program this year. So yeah, you can kind of see the timeline that the committee has been following, and we'll be meeting again in January. Let's see. Here are the committee members. So we have 2 registered nurses, and then the rest of the group are advanced practice providers. So I'm trying to definitely get everyone's viewpoint shared. We are planning to have an APP programming again this year on Thursday afternoon like we did last year. And then as well, we are hoping to do an RN only track at the same time. Once again, this year, we're hoping to do a simulation hands-on session Thursday afternoon. So we are still working on all the details of that, but we're very excited for what's to come with the simulation. And then these were some of the tracks that we're kind of hoping to focus on with our abstracts. Yep, as I mentioned, we'll do the collaboration again Thursday afternoon. We'll have the 2 tracks for RNs and for APPs. And I think that's it. I know Susanna couldn't jump on. So Susanna, are you on yet? If there's anything else you want to add? But yeah, please tell your colleagues to submit an abstract by beginning of January and continue to help us spread the word for the conference.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mo. So some of the opportunities that we have to get involved, you've heard everyone talking tonight about our committees and some of the movement forward. So there are opportunities abounding everywhere. We would love to have you. We're also open to new ideas. So if there's something that you see that we're lacking or something that you would really like to do that we're not yet doing, please feel free to reach out to one of us. We would love to have you involved. With that, some of the specifics, the self-nomination applications for board of director positions. We will have some open slots in 2025, and that will be announced here shortly in early 2025. We are looking for volunteers to join specifically our two newer committees, which is the education and the collaboration committees. But as everyone said tonight, we are always welcoming new members to all of our communities and committees. So if you have any special interest there, we would love to have you be a part. And we need all different kinds of people in all different roles, right? Everybody offers a diverse perspective. So even if you're not somebody who wants to get up and speak, or you don't have a whole lot of time, but you want to get involved, we definitely want your input. So don't shy away. Right now, as Diane and Eileen mentioned, the Journal of Vascular Nursing is seeking manuscript reviewers. So that's a great way to kind of familiarize yourself with the JVN, getting involved there. And of course, you can always sign up as either a mentor or a mentee, which is another great opportunity, not only for networking, but then to kind of find a niche and get involved with us as a whole. So as I said, if you have anything that you would like to get involved with, please feel free to reach out to any of us, or if you email the svs@svnnet.org, we'll filter you through to one of the best people for you to talk with or start some email communication with so that we can get you hooked up to be involved. So with that, we have a QR code here, the call for abstracts. This is a really easy way to share that. So as Mo mentioned, when talking about the conference in 2025, if you have anybody that you know that's interested, this is really easy to share. So you can screenshot and share this QR code so that we can try to get some abstracts in. Again, if you have an idea and just don't know exactly how to start it, we have a wonderful group of people who are on this call tonight who will be able to help you, and we're happy to do so. So please reach out with any ideas. Or if you know anyone else, please go ahead and share this graphic and QR code so that we can get those abstracts coming in. And then lastly, the QR code for membership. So if you are not already a member and would like to become a member, or you are a member and you love it and you want to share it with your colleagues and allow or encourage them to join, this is a really easy way. It'll take you directly to the website to join as a member. So please go ahead and scan that if you have any interests. And we wanted to offer just a little bit more time. If anybody has any questions, ideas, thoughts, please, feel free to speak up. Or again, if you're not comfortable speaking up, throw something in the chat and we can moderate from there and ask your questions. Anybody? Okay, well, on behalf of the SVN, I would like to thank each and every one of you, both our committee chairs and co-chairs and board of directors and SVN staff and team for being here tonight. We're really excited about what we have going on for 2025 and yet the end of 2024. Like I said, we have a lot of really positive, exciting momentum. So thank you to each and every one of you, and we hope to see you soon.